Hi guys, and thanks for clicking on this video. If you're new here, my name is April Lee and I am the Tipsy Housewife, and I'm best known over on Instagram at the Tipsy Housewife and on my recipe blog, thetipsyhousewife.org. And what I do is simple, easy, and affordable recipes. I cook dinner nearly every single night of the week, usually at least 6 days, if not all 7 days of the week. And everything is simple, pretty cheap. I shop a lot at Aldi and a bunch of other grocery stores, but Aldi is probably the store that I go to every day. So today I'm going to show you a recipe that I'm making that I found in one of my favorite cookbooks by Chrissy Teigan. I'm a huge Chrissy Teigan fan. And I'm also going to cook a side dish, or it could be an appetizer, or if you have a party to go to, you can bring it to a party, for these little baby potatoes that are like buffalo bites, and you make a dip for them. So I'm going to walk you through my Aldi haul today. I had some things on hand for this recipe, so I didn't have to buy a ton, but I'm just going to quickly show you what I recently got from Aldi, because you guys seem to really like to see my Aldi hauls. So let's get started. Like I said, I just needed a few things to put this recipe together, because I had most of the things for the Chrissy Teigan recipe in the house already, which is another reason why I love her recipes, because she uses like basic stuff most of the time, unless it's for one of her Thai recipes that I typically have on hand. So what I needed to pick up for tonight's recipe, and I'll tell you more about the recipe in a minute, was this brioche bread. And I needed to get this bacon for the recipe, and then I needed to get the sweet relish for the recipe. The rest of the stuff I had on hand. The second recipe that I'm cooking tonight, that I am photographing for the blog, but also going to show you guys in this video. I am making these baby potatoes. They're going to be crispy smashed baby potatoes with like a bacon cheddar ranch dip to serve them with. So I got these Little Potato Company Boomer Gold potatoes. I got some green onions for that dip. And I like this fair trade dark roast coffee. And I just needed a couple spices just to have on hand in general, not specifically for anything today. I picked up some paprika, some onion powder, garlic powder. I love using these real bacon pieces in dips. It's easier than having to put cooked bacon and crumble it. And I got a packet of this ranch dressing. And then yesterday I was celebrating my blog anniversary, and I drank a little bit too much wine. So I was super thirsty when I was in Aldi, and this looked really good. So I picked up these fruit punch and coconut water juice boxes. Even though I don't have any children, I thought, oh, I would like to drink this. And I hate the taste of coconut water, so maybe this will taste better. I'm going to show you a couple other things that I got, and then I'm going to go over the Chrissy Teigan recipe that I'm making for dinner. So I live in a condo building in the city of Chicago, and I've got to vacuum out here before I put these out. But I bought these two doormats. They were $6.99 each. I got two of the same, one for the front door, one for the back door. And that's one of my favorite things at Aldi, is that they have awesome doormats. Like the one outside my door now, I could probably keep for the winter, because it's just kind of seasonal. It's not specifically like holiday, but I just thought these were so cute. So I picked kind of bad in here. My kitty's here sleeping on her little cozy chair. Puss, can I move you? Let me sit down here. So one of the things I love at Aldi are their candles. And yesterday early, they were supposed to put the candles out today, but they put out their spring candles. So I bought a bunch because they're only $3.99, and they are exactly the same, if not better, than the ones I used to buy at Bath & Body Works. So I got this white almond, fresh laundry, morning blossom. I got two of these Sunday mornings. I got a vanilla scented candle and two of these gardenia candles. So all of these candles cost me $32, which is crazy to me, because typically one candle at Bath & Body Works, if it's not on sale, is like $25. So that is what else I got. These will last me probably until the spring. I do buy more candles around Easter, but yep, I picked up all these candles. And now let's talk about the recipe that I am going to make for dinner. I just got this cookbook, I forget when. I haven't made anything from this specific cookbook yet, but I'm going to start cooking my way through it. As you know, I am also a recipe blogger. I blog over at thetipsyhousewife.org. I will link the my blog in the description below. So I love to come up with my own recipes, but I just find that Chrissy Teigan kind of has the same palette as me based on like her savory recipes and kind of like the umami and the soy and like the spice that she uses is kind of right up my alley. So I saw this recipe this morning when I was drinking my coffee for crispy bacon and sweet pickle patty melts, and it is really easy to make. I had almost everything on hand except for I needed the bacon and the relish, and I had bread, but I wanted a more decadent bread, so I picked up that brioche from Aldi. But everything else I have, so I am going to be making this for dinner, and I will cook in this video showing you guys how easy this recipe is to use. You can see it's only a couple paragraphs, and I don't know, I just think these look absolutely delicious. Okay, so this recipe that I'm making is just one that I make for dinner a lot of times as a side dish, but the dip is something I typically don't serve with it. So what I'm going to be making are these Boomer Gold Little Potato Company potatoes. I'm going to boil them until they're soft, and then I am going to smash them, and you can either bake them in the oven, brush them with butter until they're crispy, or you can air fry them after you brush them with butter. And then I am going to make a dip using green onions, blue cheese. If you don't like blue cheese, you can use cheddar cheese, sour cream, this ranch dressing and seasoning mix, and bacon. So I'm going to mix that all up and let that set aside. And right now I'm going to boil these potatoes in salt water in this pot until they're soft, and then I'll show you the next. Filling this pot with water. I've already rinsed them a few times, and then I'm just going to add a couple teaspoons of salt to the water to add some flavor, and then I'm going to set these to boil. Since I'm going to have the oven on anyway, I am going to prep the bacon for the patty melts that I'm making, the Chrissy Teigan patty melts. So I always cook my bacon on a cookie sheet, and you just spread it out. It doesn't matter if it's touching because it shrinks up as it cooks, and you just pop it in the oven at 350 depending on your level of crispiness. You check it at about 10 minutes. This one needs to be crispy, so I'm probably going to cook this one for about 15 minutes, but all of that depends on how thick the bacon is and how your oven works and all that kind of stuff. So this is going to go in the oven, and this is for dinner. I'm going to use these real bacon pieces for the dip that I'm going to make. So while my potatoes are boiling in the salt water, I've got that 16-ounce container of sour cream in a bowl. I have finely sliced 4 green onions, both the white and the green part. So I'm going to add this entire package of bacon and the ranch seasoning mix to the mixture, and I'm going to combine it. So I'm going to add the ranch dressing mix and the bacon. This does not belong in there. That just preserves the bacon. And then I'm going to add the green onions. I'm going to give this all a good stir. We're just going to stir it all up. This already smells so good to me because I love green onions. The cookie sheet with nonstick spray. I'm going to dump out the drained potatoes on there. The trick to these potatoes is making sure that they're soft, but you don't want them falling apart because you want to be able to smash them into little pieces that kind of look like that. So I'm just going to kind of go around and smash them. You can use a fork. I'm going to use this meat cleaver because it just works better. And you just smash them like that. So I'm going to do this whole tray. I've got all the potatoes smashed down. I kind of separated them a little bit. I'm going to heat the oven when the bacon comes out up to 400 degrees, and I'm brushing all the potatoes with this melted butter. So you want to keep them intact, kind of like where they're little like rounds, but not like totally smashed. Up with some garlic powder and some onion powder and just a little bit of salt because the dip has salt in it, so you don't want to make these too salty. Bacon cooked up for my patty melts later. It's nice and crispy. I'm going to give it a few minutes to just rest outside the oven, and then I'm going to take it off and put it on paper towels and blot the grease off. So I am just going to take this chunk of blue cheese and crumble it up with my hands and then stir it into the dip. And the longer this dip sits, the better. So if you want to make this in a day in advance, that's even better. I flipped these once while they were in the oven. They've been in the oven for about 45 minutes. They're nice and crispy. You're able to pick them up. And I'm going to let them sit here on the tray for a little bit and just finish cooking a little bit. And then you just take these and you dip them right in that dip that I made, and I'll show you a way to serve it. And these are just absolutely delicious and a little bit different, kind of like potato chip, but heartier. This is how they look plated up. Got my dip in that cute little ball canning jar. You can see they're nice and crispy, totally dippable. This is going to be a great side dish or appetizer or party food. They could even be eaten room temp or cold. Also delicious. Just go ahead and take these guys and you dunk it right in that dip. All right, I have now moved on to making the Chrissy Teigan recipe for dinner, the crispy bacon and sweet pickle patty melts. I will link this recipe in the description below, but I assembled everything in the bowl. I've got the ground beef, the yellow onion, the bacon, the pickle relish. I just need to add the egg. It's got a lot of garlic, black pepper, kosher salt, cayenne pepper. So I know this is going to be really good. I'm just going to add the egg and then I'm going to mix it. And the key to a good burger is not over handling the meat. So you just want to combine everything and then quickly form it into patties without keeping on working ground beef, because that's what makes it dense and tough when you finally cook it. This is how the meat looks when it's mixed. I've gently mixed it. I think I've got all of the components spread throughout, and now I'm going to pat it into the 4 patties like it says. Mr. Tipsy comes home like around 10:30, 11 p.m. So I am going to fry all 4 patties, but I'm only going to make 1 sandwich right now. And that way when he gets home, I can quickly make him his sandwich by like frying up the bread and melting the cheese so it's fresh for him. But I will be cooking all 4 of the patties. I've got the skillet over there heating up with some oil like it says in the directions. And then right now I'm buttering the outside of the bread for my sandwich for dinner. Ooh, sorry about that camera work. I've got the patties in the pan. They're sizzling away. It already smells absolutely delicious. I'm really excited about this recipe because this is just something I've been craving all day now. The crust has formed on the outside of one side. I'm finishing cooking it on the other, and then I'm going to take it off the heat, put it on a plate, and then I'm going to do the bread part. I'm letting this pan cool down a little bit. I got the patties over here. I've got my cheese and my buttered bread. I'm using the brioche, and I am going to do what it says and put the butter side down on each side. And now I'm going to add the cheese. I need 2 hands for that. All right, I have it in the pan the way it's supposed to be. Bread, cheese, meat, cheese, bread. Now just to grill this baby up. Smells delicious. I absolutely love the way this looks. I tasted a little piece of the meat from the other patty that I didn't use yet. I think I'm going to need 2 hands to cut this. Hold on. Look at that. So juicy and delicious. This is definitely a winner. So I am laying down on the couch and I just started watching 90 Day Fiancé. I know I'm like 7 years late. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you a couple things about the patty melt. Next time I make it, I don't think that I will toast the bread and cheese with the meat in the same pan that I cooked the burger in. I'm going to do it in a different pan, but otherwise it was great. I will say that I didn't taste like a whole lot of bacon flavor in it, but that's okay. Like, it was maybe in there, like mixed with all the other stuff. It was just really good. It was like a little bit spicy, sweet, like tangy. It's definitely a win. I'm sure that when Mr. Tipsy gets home, he'll definitely want me to make this again. So thank you for watching my little cooking day and my little Aldi haul. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like what you're seeing on my channel, subscribe. And thank you for watching. See you next time.